So writing has been my passion for as long as I could pretty much remember, honestly. When I was like maybe 10 years old, I started writing my very first book with my grandpa. That kind of like kickstarted my love for writing. I think it was like 6th or 7th grade, I discovered this app called Wattpad. And it's basically an app where you can read books and write books on your own and people can read your books. Now, I don't really write books anymore. I write like poetry more. But I have written a few books in my lifetime. Today I'm going to rediscover my Wattpad account. And mind you, I haven't been on this account in so long. Let's go ahead and look at my books. I was like 13, 14, 15 years old when I wrote these books. Yeah, so it's gonna be a little bit cringy. Okay, so my name on Wattpad is Yo Angie, if you ever want to look at my Wattpad account. I have 2 books written, and first I'm going to go ahead and read my bio because, first of all, what is my profile picture? And this is horrible quality, first of all, this background picture. Anyways, we have 2 works, 3 reading lists, and 59 followers. Well, pretty good. Okay, now let's read my about. Oh god, this is gonna be so cringy. I know it is. Because everybody's bio looked like this on Wattpad during the time. Because they were all like little kids who are really like cliche and corny, which is basically me. Cliche and corny and cringy. So, let's see.
Hi!
2 eyes.
I'm Angeline. This is probably the part where I spill random facts about myself, huh?
Well, here it goes. Oh my god. This is so cringy. Oh my god, no. I'm usually that quiet but loud, nice but mean, lazy but active, nerdy but girly, girl in the corner that loves attention but hates it. Yep, sounds like me. What the fuck? I'm a sucker for cliche romance novels. Period. Froyo. Period. I love to write stories about people falling in love. That is true. I like to eat cookies and cream ice cream. Still true. Watch movies. True. Sing to random songs and pretend I'm in a music video. True. YouTube is literally my life. True. Connor Franta. Oh. Grand Theft Auto, The Sims, and Call of Duty are my absolute favorite video games. Yep. The Walking Dead is the best TV series ever. Yep. No joke. Yep. Vanessa Hudgens and Zac Efron are still my OTP. I don't really care anymore. Dylan O'Brien is heart eye emoji. WWE diva AJ Lee is my idol, and I would cry if I ever meet her. She's amazing. That is very true. I was the first girl that made the wrestling team at my school in 7th grade. Proud of that, je feel. Why the f did I put je? I used to play soccer for 3 years. I played volleyball. I'm now a sophomore. Oh! So, I was a sophomore in high school, and I went on my Wattpad account and I updated my bio, I guess. And that's the only part I changed. I wear glasses because I'm pretty blind. I'm weird. Mushrooms are gross. Yeah, that's kind of it. Thanks for stopping by. While you're here, feel free to follow and check out my books. Smiley face. I'm located in Bikini Bottom. Comedy gold. Okay, hang on. I want to check out my notifications real quick. I feel so bad. This girl was like, update the promise we made. I really love that book. In 2017. It's 2020. I'm so sorry. Let me just go ahead and explain. So these are the 2 books I wrote. The Promise We Made and The Mistaken Troublemakers. So The Promise We Made is what we're going to start off with first. It was basically my favorite book I've ever written. I think there's 12 chapters. The 12th chapter is a draft right now, but so basically let me just go ahead and explain what it's. Let me just read the description for you guys. The scariest thing about distance is that you don't know whether they'll miss you or forget you. Janessa and Drew have been best friends since they were 5. They thought not even the gods above can come between them. Every moment they spent together was cherished. Their spark was extraordinary, their love was irresistible, and their bond was inseparable. As cliche as it sounds, I guess you could say they were each other's other half. Before Janessa is forced to move to California for her mother's new job when she was 10, Her and Drew made a promise that one day, when they're older, they'll be together again, just like before. But in one instant, a blink of an eye, a tragic accident, and half a nanosecond, things changed for the worst. So when Janessa moves back to the heart of Hawaii 7 years later, she's in for a ride of her life, involving love, loss, drama, heartbreak, and froyo. Yes, froyo. Will things ever be the same between her and Drew? Do they both keep their promise? Well, that's something you should find out for yourself. Discover how both Janessa and Drew's lives have changed since they last seen each other, and how the hardships of love and life can change you entirely.
That sounds pretty good to me, I'm not gonna lie to you.
This got 2,339 reads, 80 votes. That's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That's 2,000 people reading my book. I also made the cover too. It's Vanessa and Zach. So yeah, this is basically about them. They're best friends. She moves, some tragic accident happens. She comes back, she doesn't know them, and then it's kind of like a journey to her finding her way back to him, I guess. So chapter 1 is named Just Ask the Light Post Across the Street. This had 527 reads, 15 votes, and 19 comments. Wow, that's actually was doing a really good job back then. So this first part is kind of like a prologue kind of thing, like a flashback to when she was younger, the day she was leaving, and when they both made the promise. So
promise me, Janessa, that one day when we're older, we'll be together again. Because I love you.
He takes my hand and stares deeply in my eyes, waiting for my response. I'm taken aback by his choice of words, but I can't help but admit that I too love him. I know we're both only 10, and as cliche as it sounds, I think he may be the one for me. If only I wasn't moving. Okay, I promise. I force a smile on my face so the tears won't spill. Who knows when we'll see each other again? It's only a matter of time before we forget about each other. The thought sickens me. He pulls me into a bear hug, squeezing the life out of me.
Jay, it's time to go. Hurry, before we...
oh, wait, put some up.
Jay, it's time to go.
Wait, why did I put J? That's supposed to... oh, we called her Jeanette. We called her J, because her name's Janessa. Okay, I forgot.
Jay, it's time to go. Hurry before we miss our flight, hon. Mom calls from the porch of our house, her brown ringlets in a high ponytail falling just above her shoulders.
Wow, the detailing.
He releases me, tears flooding my cheeks. Oh, wait. He releases me, tears flooding his cheeks, and forces a smile. It's so hard to see my best friend like this. Just before I was about to walk away, because I don't want him to see me break down into tears, he takes something out of his shorts pocket and carefully holds it in his hand.
I want you to have this,
He says, and shows me the necklace. Its chain is silver with a green, blue, and pink mermaid dangling from it. It's beyond beautiful and thoughtful of him to remember how much I adore mermaids. I gasp and go on my tiptoes to hug him again. Once we release, I pull my hair up and he secures the necklace around my neck. I love you, Drew.
I love you too, Jay.
7 years later. God damn. This part is kind of sensual, I guess you can say.
But
I'm gonna read it anyways.
his soft fingers stroke my chin. Okay, I can't.
As those beautiful blue eyes bore into mine, they glisten in the faint moonlight. I can feel my palms start to sweat, and I'm afraid he could hear my heart beating out my chest. I'm just gonna read the last part. So in this part, she's having a dream. I smirk to myself as I close my eyes and wrap my arms around his neck. I'm literally like 13 here. Why am I writing like this? And then I wake up. The crazy part is when I open my eyes, I'm not in a comfortable queen size bed. Shit, I'm not even in that house. I take a look around and I'm across the street from my home, kissing a light post. How the hell did I get here? I don't want to read this whole thing to you guys, but like, I just wanted you to see a little glimpse of it. But this book was probably the most thought of book I've ever written, because I literally, this is the first book, The Promise We Made, and I actually was already thinking about the second book. Like, I still remember how this book ends and how the second book begins. It's only 11 chapters, but I knew exactly where I was going with it and how it would end and how it would tie into a second book to make it kind of like a series. I forgot that I had like little cliff notes at the end. Is that what it is? Cliff notes? I don't know, little like letters at the end of each chapter that I would write to my readers. It's because most of the books that I read on Wattpad, they did that too. Like at the end of chapter, they would like say something and they would be really like, they would try to connect more with the readers by asking a question or telling them how they felt about writing the chapter and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I did too, except mine is so cringy.
Heyo! So, how was the chapter? Took me a while to write, but here it is! First chapters are always the hardest, dude, I swear. Am I the only one that has the worst possible case of writer's block phobia? What? Questions you might have. What happened to their mom? When are their dad, John, and Mariah getting married? And where? Why does she have a bad case of sleepwalker phobia? What the? Why do I keep putting that at the end? These questions will be answered in upcoming chapters. If you have any more questions, leave a comment and I'll make sure to answer it soon. Smiley face.
You know what? That's actually really good to put at the end of the chapter, like questions you might have regarding this chapter, because maybe the readers didn't really think of that while they were reading, so that when you put it at the end of the chapter, they're like, wait, I never thought about that. Wow, that's something I gotta think about. And then they're like, okay, maybe I want to read more and figure out how she answers this question. Tact. Random question for you all. Nicki Minaj, Ariana Grande, or Jessie J? I say Ariana Grande. Okay. Bye now.
With love, Angeline.
Okay guys, so I took you along and we reacted to my Wattpad account and my very first book on Wattpad, and so we read a little bit of chapter 1 and I told you guys what this overall book's idea is about, and I don't want to spoil it in case you actually want to read it, and if you do, it's still on Wattpad. I'll leave a link to it in the description if you just want to check it out. If you want me to do a part 2 to this, I didn't react to my second book because I wanted to leave that for another video because this video is already getting kind of long. So if you guys want a part 2 of this, I will do my second book. I have like 3 chapters of that book. It's completely different from this one. But there's 3 chapters to it and I can react to that one as well. Or if you want me to react to more of the chapters in The Promise We Made, or kind of like make a series of me reading the book, I feel like that would be cool. Now you guys know another part of me that I don't really ever talk about anymore. So I feel like we've connected a little bit here. Alright, well, I'll talk to you guys later. Y'all have a great rest of your day or night, whatever it is during the day you're watching this, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!